Okay, boys and girls, so for our, we're going to continue with our writing from this morning. So we have our worksheet here, or our paper here, that talks about Ruby was brave. Okay, so this morning, we went through, we kind of did a rough draft, and talked about some different things that happened with Ruby that showed that she was a really brave little girl that made a difference in the world. Okay, so I want you to get your notebook and open up to where you did your writing this morning, where we talked about she was brave, she went to a new school, the kids wouldn't stay in the classroom with her, they all left. Ismail had shared that she was in her classroom all by herself for a whole year. Her whole first grade was just her and her teacher. Sophia was talking about how as she got older, she was brave and she shared her story with others. Okay, and then I was thinking about at the beginning when she was going to the all-white school and had all those grown-ups that were in front of the school and yelling at her, telling her to go away, that they didn't want her there. But she kept going, she kept trying, and she didn't give up. Okay, so we're gonna pick. Let's pick two things from what we wrote about this morning, or maybe there's something else that you remember from this morning, and we're going to use that. So two things. I think for me, and I want you to pick what you thought was important, okay? I'm going to think about going to the new school and still going even after the grown-ups were yelling. So circle your two things that you're going to write about. And we're going to use our title here, Ruby was brave, to be our sentence starter. Okay, so let's remember, I'm really going to be looking at, do you have capital letters in the right place, punctuation, spacing, and looking for full thoughts with our writing, okay? So we could use our title for our sentence starter. So Ruby was brave because. Okay, because, so if you're picking this one, she had to go to a new school. She had to go to a new school. Okay. So let's see. I don't want to just say the grown-ups were yelling at her, because that doesn't really tell me why they were yelling at her or why she was brave. So let's see. Ruby was brave because she had to go to a new school. I'm going to say she didn't give up even when the grown-ups were yelling at her. Grown-ups yelled at her. I'm going to put a period at the end of my sentence. Okay, so let's see if this makes sense. Ruby was brave because she had to go to a new school. She didn't give up even when the grown-ups yelled at her. Okay, and then I'm going to do an illustration to go with what I wrote about. Okay, so I want you to do, you're going to pick two things. Don't need to copy. I don't want you to copy mine. Okay, I want you to think of your own words. I'm just showing you how to do it. Okay, so pick two things that you thought were important from this morning's story, and you're going to use that to finish your writing. All right, thanks, boys and girls.